Did you know that PWU has a Patreon? No? Well, now you do. You can get things like exclusive videos and merchandise, vote on polls for upcoming videos, and so much more. To find the full list of things that you can get by being a patron, head over to patreon.com/PWUnlimited today.
Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is the Pro Wrestling Unlimited podcast here on Wednesday. What is the date? The 6th? 6/6/18. Yep. What's going on, Nick?
What is going on, folks? Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Unlimited podcast here on Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a good day. I see no notification went out, which is great. Hello, Danny310. Welcome to the show. No notification went out.
Nope.
That sucks.
That's nothing new.
Yeah, that's nothing new. Man, so a shit ton has happened this week. We've got stuff going on.
And there's still more to go down.
And yeah, if you so we got stuff with Punk. We're gonna talk best of the first half of the year.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about a whole bunch more. But I was thinking about it, man. This month is just full of just a lot of fun stuff. We got Money in the Bank, Takeover, Dominion, Punk's next fight. The NBA playoffs are going on right now. So a lot of people got notifications. I didn't get one, so that's how I can usually base it off. The phenomenal 171 and Luca Troller, who is now Luca Troller and I are basically best friends.
Nice.
There's just so much going on right now. E3's going on.
Yep. Press conferences start on Saturday.
It's just it's a good month for professional wrestling and beyond.
Yes,
We probably could get some stuff for
2K.
2K.
I mean, they said that the New Day is supposed to be at E3. I don't know what they're going to be doing or who they're going to be representing. I assume they're with 2K, but I don't know if they're going to announce anything for WWE 2K19. Usually they don't. I think the last time they announced something at E3 for 2K WWE game, it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago, and they had Rob Schamberger there, and he drew this big old live portrait, and it had Ultimate Warrior, John Cena, and Sasha Banks on it, saying these three will be in the game, which it was obvious that they would be.
Yeah, they'll probably do something like that again.
Saprit says the UK show as well.
Yeah, I got the UK show as well. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So let's go ahead and kick it off talking about CM Punk finally getting his first win since 2013. I mean, it's accurate. He hasn't won since then.
I guess you can say that.
Hello, Jeff Guevara. Welcome.
So, if you're unaware, CM Punk's been in court all week. Well, last week. Most of last week. He was being sued by WWE ringside physician Dr. Chris Amon. Dr. Amon was suing both CM Punk and Colt Cabana, which I want to get your thought on something here in a second. Colt Cabana for things that were said on a 2014 episode of Art of Wrestling. That's Colt Cabana's podcast.
That's like when it's like when you it's like when you upset your girlfriend and she goes and she pulls up stuff from like years ago.
Well, I mean, he
reaching at that point.
He basically, back right after the podcast went out, he sent a cease and desist to Cabana to take it down. And then not long after that, he threatened to sue. And then, yeah, it's been so long. They were trying to get him to settle before it went to trial. It went to trial. And in the end, CM Punk and Colt Cabana did win, with the jury saying there just wasn't enough evidence for Dr. Amon to win, for Dr. Amon to come out victorious.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it means anything for Punk's future in wrestling.
Well, if you say that, I got something about that, but I want to ask one thing. So CM Punk is the one that said everything on the podcast.
Sure.
Colt Cabana was also being sued. Now, was Cabana sued because he conducted the interview or because he's friends with CM Punk?
I'm assuming it's from the reasoning of he conducted the interview. That's what I'm assuming.
So you're saying if we conducted the interview or Sean did over a Fightful, he would have been sued for defamation as well?
Yes, because he would have been. Well, if you commit a murder and I'm there with you, I'm getting in trouble too. I was an accomplice.
No. But that's different. That's different because Cabana really didn't say anything about Amon. He was like, okay. Yep, I heard you. I remember you telling me about that. He really didn't say anything. Punk's the one that said everything about Amon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess they're suing because he gave Punk the what's it called? The platform to speak his mind. So I guess it's weird. They're over it. Yes, they're out the court fees, the legal fees, but other than that, they don't have to pay Amon the outrageous $4 million that he was asking for.
There, $4
Well, he
million.
wanted $1 for every download, which was like over 3.5 million, plus additional punitive damages.
God damn.
Yeah.
Damages. Yeah, his ego.
Because people were harassing him in the crowd with different signs and on his Twitter.
And I brought this up before.
His feelers were hurt.
And I brought this up before. That motherfucker probably went to public school, probably went to fucking college, probably had friends, probably had a fucking social life. Has he not realized that if he's going up against a guy like CM Punk, he's going to get absolutely dismantled?
Right.
No, I don't. Devin McNeil, I don't think so.
Well, to his question, Devin McNeil says, do you think CM Punk shows up at All In? And he was asked this today by Ariel Helwani of MMA Fighting about being at All In or working for another wrestling promotion. And he said that he wasn't asked to do anything. He hasn't been asked to work All In. He has no plans to work All In. He said no professional wrestling company has even come to him and said, hey, we would like you to come in and do this, XYZ with us for this event or do this or that. He's just had some people go, oh, hey, if you would be interested, maybe we'd entertain you coming in and doing something with us. So really, nobody's reached out to CM Punk as far as him coming in and working for a wrestling promotion. And he's not like mad or upset about that. It's a whatever to him. But he has changed his narrative saying if something were to come up, he would at least think about it because, anything can happen.
I don't know.
I mean, that's why we haven't seen CM Punk anywhere. I mean, I know Joe Koff of Ring of Honor tweeted one time, if Punk is interested, we'll talk about work. We'd talk with him to work for Ring of Honor, come back here, his first home. But that was it. It's not like they reached out and said, hey, we have this idea. Would you be interested? So.
Yeah, I mean, would you want to see Punk wrestle again?
I mean,
honestly,
I'd like the fan in me says yes, but at the same time, what I was gonna say. But at the same time, it's like it's been so long. I could almost care less because it's been so long. It's like it would be cool if he did, but at the same time, we know his heart's not going to be in it. It's just like, you know what? It's something cool that he's going to do. Apparently, when he goes and trains for MMA and stuff with Rufus Sport, he doesn't talk about it, pro wrestling. He doesn't listen to anybody who tries to bring it up to him. He's just MMA 100% of the time, doesn't really care about it, doesn't want to speak about it, none of that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's another reason I have is I want to see a CM Punk from when he first started wrestling up to 2012. I want to see that CM Punk.
Everything before the Ryback crap.
Yeah, everything, literally everything before Ryback. Because you could tell that Punk was having a genuine good time. He was really enjoying it. He loved, working and he loved doing shows. But I wouldn't want to see him in it now. I feel like he just doesn't care.
Exactly.
You can tell that he doesn't care. And if he were to come back, damn well he's coming back for the money. He's not coming back because he wants to. He's coming back because he's like, well, this is, $1 billion opportunity. Fuck it. I'll come back and I'll wrestle a show for, Ring of Honor or PWG. Andre West, you're exactly right. It's been 40 years. It's time to just let it go.
Exactly.
Just let him go at this point. There's no point in holding on to the idea of Punk coming back. Yes, it would be cool. But then if you keep saying, oh, man, I wish Punk would come back, then you're like clearly missing out on a whole bunch of fucking talent. And there has been so many fucking standout people this year and since Punk left. There's been so many names. It's all up in the air.
Right. Nicole Paula says, "Hey Nick, didn't you say on your Twitch he would be back in less than 5 years?"
I said he'd be back in less than 5 years, but not with the WWE. He'd do a performance, maybe.
Gotcha.
And if he does go to the WWE in 5 years, I will buy everyone in this stream a CM Punk t-shirt.
Oh.
But you have to be in this live show. Well, who was that one player that was like, if the Cavs make the finals, whoever retweets us gets a LeBron jersey. He got like 25 million retweets.
I don't know. I never saw that. People do that kind of stuff all the time, and then they like disappear off Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll donate $10,000 to the first.
Well, no,
20...
he's an actual NBA player, and they interviewed him. He was like, "Fuck."
I don't know. So, if you guys do want to call into the show tonight, the phone number is 559-475-8473. We'll also be answering your questions in the chat. So,
chat.
Thing I want to talk about, SummerSlam 2019.
That's next year.
Next year, because of WrestleMania 2019. So WrestleMania 35 is taking place in MetLife Stadium, which is in the New York, New Jersey market. All the surrounding things as far as WrestleMania week, Hall of Fame, NXT, Raw, SmackDown are all going to be in the Barclays Center. So essentially, you would think SummerSlam can't be in the same market, so they got to pull it out of the Barclays Center and bring it somewhere else. So this would essentially be, at least for now, the last year they go into the Barclays Center. Where would you like to see them go? According to WrestleVotes, they want to try...
Hold on. Before you say where they go.
Well, anyways.
Before you say where they go, chat, where would you like to see WWE hold the 2019 SummerSlam? Because I already have my answer.
Well, here's the thing. I got one too. But here's the thing. According to WrestleVotes, he said they want to elevate SummerSlam as a bigger event than it's ever been, maybe bringing it to a stadium. Now, some were saying baseball stadium, like a baseball field, because they're doing the Royal Rumble at, was it Chase Field, where the Diamondbacks play? But here's the issue with SummerSlam in a baseball field. That's right in the middle of baseball season. You're not going to get a team that's going to be, on the road enough days to set up that field for a SummerSlam event.
Yeah, you can. There's a lot of teams do, they'll play
like 3.
10 or no, they'll play like 5 to 10 home games, and then they'll do like a couple weeks worth of road game. That happens a lot. And if WWE wants it, they're gonna fucking get it. If WWE says,
But here's the thing with that. It kind of stifles them, as they can't just say, "Hey, we want SummerSlam in this area." They have to go, if they want it in a baseball stadium, they have to go and look at all the different schedulings and this and that, and they have to check. You know what I mean? I would say a football stadium, but they're not going to do 2 NFL stadiums in the same year. That's just way too much to try and sell.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
No, I mean,
the Staples Center in LA.
I mean, that's an obvious one, because that's where it was for years and years before it went to the Barclays Center. But if they can go anywhere, where would you want them to go?
Oh, if they could go.
Aaron Jump says Yankee Stadium. That would be pretty cool.
Fuck no. Get the fuck out of here with that.
But that wouldn't work if they're trying to get out of that New York market.
Dodger Stadium.
Dodger Stadium would be sick because it's up there on the hill, so all the shots they can get overlooking.
Okay, so we got Dodger Stadium.
Andrea West, yes, 2019 Royal Rumble will be in Arizona at Chase Field, where the Diamondbacks play.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really see them in any other major MLB stadiums, because I can't really think of any other MLB stadiums that would be suitable for the WWE. Maybe no.
I want
maybe
AT&T Park.
No, fuck that.
How cool would it be to have shots of the wrestlers in the ring? You got the Bay behind them.
I think it'd be cooler to have them in LA.
Well, I mean,
or maybe
LA
here's another thing. When I think summer, I don't think fucking New York. Ooh, that's a good one. What about where the new Charger Stadium?
Isn't that going to be in LA? It's not even built yet.
It is in LA. Yes, it is. They've been playing there. Well, no.
They've been playing aren't they been playing the Rose Bowl with the Rams sharing it?
Fuck it. Put them in the Raiders Stadium that's going to be in Las Vegas.
I mean, I can see LA more likely than San Francisco, just because if they want to attract a lot of people to fly in, It's cheaper to book a hotel in LA than it is San Francisco.
I mean, if they go to Vegas, do you think they'd get any money from like people betting?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't know how betting works.
No.
I don't fucking know. They'd probably get a shit ton of people wanting to go to the event.
Well, yeah, I mean, UFC does good.
The Rangers have a new ballpark? What?
What? Where? Hold on.
No way. I'm looking this up.
No,
they don't. You're lying. Globe Life Field? No.
Texas Rangers Field.
No.
Texas Rangers play in Global Life Field. Global Life Field.
Don't lie to me.
Global Life Field in Arlington, Texas. Has been around since 1994.
Don't lie to me.
It was called the Ballpark in Arlington till 2004.
Oh, wait. This article from January 1st, 2018. 10 things to know about the new Rangers ballpark, including where it will be.
Oh, yeah. It won't be ready till 2020.
It will be kept in the Rangers in Arlington. Oh, that looks nice. Ooh, that looks cool. All right. You weren't lying to me.
But it still wouldn't work for 2019. Anyways, so
you don't want to do like a random state. Like you don't want to go to like,
but I mean,
I don't know, Kentucky.
But I mean,
you want to go to somewhere that's big for SummerSlam.
But Arlington works because that's basically the Dallas market.
Okay, you also don't want to bring a SummerSlam to Canada.
Why not?
Because Canada doesn't have summer. They have the winter. And you know what else they have? They have winter. You know what else they have? Winter.
I like how you're acknowledging it as an actual place.
It's not.
I like how everybody, when I talked about this earlier on YouTube in the video I made, everyone was like, come to the UK, come to the UK.
Yeah, everyone that says come to the UK is also going to be the same people that say, oh, why are they going live at 10 in the morning my time? I have school.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
It's like, didn't we learn from the Greatest Royal Rumble? I mean, I know I'm going to get the backlash now. Well, it shouldn't only be catered to the North American audience and this and that. We all have the issues of having to watch at random times.
Going to the UK should be a special thing that happens once every year, and I think having a SummerSlam there would be a nice one-off moment.
I mean, they've done it before, and there's a reason why they haven't gone back since.
Exactly.
What is this?
Yeah, you have summer for 3 months. California has summer fucking year-round. Leave me alone.
Oh, yeah, we don't have a winter? Rain? Huh?
What is that?
Why do you think
we're in a drought?
Why do you think you go into a Walmart or a Target and you can't buy an umbrella? Because it's not needed.
We're also in a drought. Oh, my God.
But, I mean, they want to bring it somewhere where they can make it bigger than it's ever been in a possible, like, vacation city. So, I mean, like, I don't think of Dallas as a vacation city, so Arlington wouldn't really... Like, you think of vacation cities, you think, like, Miami, Orlando, Los Angeles, maybe San Francisco, Seattle.
Houston. Houston's a big... Austin, Texas has a lot of places.
Austin, yeah.
Austin's
more vacation than Houston.
Oh, Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle would work. I mean, they've got... was it Safeco, where they did WrestleMania 19?
Yeah.
Now here's the thing that I heard recently. I was listening to the Bruce Pritchard podcast, and he was talking about WrestleMania 19 being in Safeco. He said that it's a pain in the ass to run in a baseball stadium because there's a lot of things you can't do. Like, you can't go anywhere near the pitcher's mount because they don't want the pitcher's mount messed with. So, like, you have to, like, that's why the ramp or lack of a ramp or whatever, the entranceway was, like, came straight and then it, like, angled out. Because they had to work around certain areas of the ballpark where they couldn't put the ring and different things.
What was that, 17 at Safeco?
19.
19.
The final, Austin's last match.
Oh, yeah.
Against the Rock.
That was cool. Oh, God. Let's take a look at what chat's saying here. So San Antonio. We went SummerSlam in LA. Parts unknown.
I mean, San Antonio will work. They've got the Riverwalk there and everything.
LA is the biggest one, and do it in Dodger Stadium. That'd be awesome.
I mean, I've said that before, Dodger. I mean, I doubt it'll happen. Go to Angel Stadium in Anaheim. It's literally down the road from Disneyland. They could do something with Disney.
Florida is summer year round, but it's also that kind of like when I was in Florida. I would take a shower. I would go outside, and I would just feel sticky.
Oh, that's like Texas.
It's so gross. But I love Florida.
But also in Texas, it can be like no clouds, and 45 seconds later, downpour.
Absolutely. So let's talk for a while.
Huh?
We're about halfway through 2018.
Correct.
And it's been a fun year, not only in life, but in wrestling. Some ups, some downs, but that's always. So we're going to talk about some standouts, some male standouts, female standouts, and a tag team standout. We're going to talk about the standouts for the first half of the year. Tim, we have the list written. Let's kick it off with the women.
So what we're doing here, this is all up to you guys. We've come up with a list of 8 of the standout males, 8 of the standout females, and 8 of the standout tag teams of all pro wrestling so far, first half of 2018, not just the WWE. So I'm going to announce who we're going to have on these lists. On Friday, we will release the brackets and start the voting. You guys will vote in each round on our Twitter account, PWUnlimited, at PWUnlimited. And you guys will go through and pick who you think should be considered the best male wrestler, female wrestler, and tag team of the first half of 2018. So
now I do have a question.
Okay.
When you texted me earlier and I was at work,
yes,
did you feel the spot?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
okay. I did.
I did.
Okay, I got you.
All right. So
let's kick it off with the women first.
The women. This was a little harder because I didn't.
And we'll kind of give a little bit of a reasoning behind.
And again, I didn't want to just, most people only watch WWE, so we'll just only throw WWE people. No, because that would just been too easy, too random, too not good. So as far as the women go, I do have some WWE females on here. I've got Charlotte Flair.
So do you want to list all of them and then talk about a couple of them?
Well, I mean, if you have comments as I say the names, just
all right. So I just want to say Charlotte has done a lot this year. She beat Asuka's streak at Mania. Right. She was the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. She put on great match after great match after great match. Charlotte is one of the people that you can rely on to put a really good match, and she's had a great year so far.
And then you said it right there, Asuka. Asuka's another name. Great match with Charlotte. She probably had the second best match of WrestleMania 34 with Charlotte Flair. Won the Royal Rumble.
The longest undefeated streak. Won the Royal Rumble. She's doing some phenomenal things. She has gotten I think that she's gotten a lot better on the microphone. She seems more comfortable when she's talking. When she's given that like I'm gonna murder you. Don't like haha jokes on you, you fool. And I like it a lot.
And then the final name we have coming from the WWE would be Ember Moon. And it's just, I feel like, Ember Moon had some good matches in NXT this year. And since coming to Raw with the Superstar Shakeup and everything, she's just been very solid. And I haven't seen her do anything that makes me like, ooh, she's not ready for that main roster spot.
Maybe we should talk about all the names. Let's say all the names first, and then we'll talk about them.
So we also have left on here, we've got Toni Storm, Tenille Dashwood, Tessa Blanchard, Allie, and a personal favorite of Nick's, Jordynne Grace.
Jordan, I know you're watching this. How you doing? You're the best.
Those are who we have for the women.
Chat.
Huh?
I'll type it in chat.
Okay.
We should have made graphics.
Oh, trust me, a full video of everything's going to come out tomorrow, and then the brackets will come out on Friday.
Well, we should have made it for this show, so we're not reading them all.
It's all
know what I mean?
This is basically a radio show. No one pays attention to the screen. You just listen.
That's true.
So, I mean, Tessa Blanchard, always solid. Toni Storm, another one, always solid. Allie was just lost the Impact Knockouts Championship. It's had a standout year this year. Woken King Slender says, what about Su Yung?
How about this? There's going to be a ton of names that people think, why not this name? Why not this name? Well, we will leave an other category. And you guys tell us.
That'll kill. Because you can do brackets.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
We'll find a way.
No, there's no other bracket. Because then everyone's going to want to throw people in that aren't in, and it's not going to work. Especially on Twitter. How are they going to vote when... No, it ain't going to work. I mean, everyone's going to have their opinions, but it's like, why not Su Yung? I mean, yeah,
didn't really do much.
She's the Impact Knockouts champion now, but they pushed her really fast, and we haven't really seen exactly everything she can do.
That's true.
So, moving on to the men.
Moving on to the men's side. And the men's side, there are going to be a ton of names that we potentially left out. So I'm going to read off the men's names.
We're only going off of guys that we think are probably 8 of the best. And there was more than just 8 that I wanted, but we narrowed it down.
So I'm going to read off the men's names.
Okay.
Starting at the top, we've got Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Okada, Kenny Omega, Johnny Gargano, AJ Styles, Austin Aries, and Cody Rhodes. Now, a lot of these names have done a lot of big things that would take us years to go over. But to go over it quickly, Roman Reigns, he's Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins has put on an absolute clinic any single time that he's in the ring against anyone he's up against. Okada. Really, do we have anything to say about Okada?
Never has a bad match.
Never has a bad match.
Okada.
Omega rarely, if ever, has a bad match.
Right.
Gargano has been performing his ass off in NXT.
2 5-star matches in less than 6 months.
Yep. And has had classic matches with Gargano. Excuse me, with Ciampa. Styles came to the WWE, conquered. WWE champion right now. Hopefully he still holds it. Austin Aries, since being released, once he was able to wrestle again, wrestled every single fucking day. Has won I think he's holding 9 titles. He just merged 2 Impact titles. Right. Phenomenal. Cody Rhodes, upon leaving the WWE, made a huge staple for himself, being part of the Bullet Club. It's the only reason he's still popular. And he's been doing a ton of stuff. He had a decent match with Kota Ibushi. Those are the men's names. Now, of course, people in chat are saying, why not Will Ospreay? I personally, this is me saying this, wish we would have taken off Cody and put Ospreay, but that's just me. I feel like Will Ospreay's had much more of a hot year than Cody.
Hey, I asked if you had any changes you wanted, and you didn't.
I was at work.
You've been at work since. Never mind.
Yes.
When did you get home?
I got home at around 3:45.
I sent you this before noon.
Hey, and then I streamed, and then I showered, and then I ate dinner, and then we did the live show.
Tag teams. All right, so the tag teams we felt, some of the better tag teams here in the first half of 2018.
Remember when I said don't put these guys on it, and then you put them on it?
Who?
The first name on the fucking list?
Why?
Because that's a cop-out.
No, but they...
Of course. Hold on. So the first name that he put on the tag team list was the Young Bucks.
Did you not see their match against the Golden Lovers?
I get that they're good, but it's such a cop-out because they're so good.
But they've been good.
Of course they're standouts. They're the fucking best.
Listen. They've evolved in 2018. They're no longer a junior heavyweight tag team. They're now a heavyweight tag team going for the IWGP heavyweight tag team titles this weekend at Dominion.
I don't think that they've what did you just use the term? They've re-evolved or something?
They've evolved.
No, they haven't. They're not wrestling any different. They just look bigger. They're not wrestling different. They're not pulling body slams. They're just bigger.
Have you not seen the stuff Matt Jackson has been doing as far as being able to actually sell an injury for a long period of time? That stuff was great.
Yeah. Whatever.
All right. So, as Nick said, Young Bucks. We've also got the Usos. We've got the Briscoes. The Undisputed Era. Evil and Sonata. The B-Team, formerly known as the Miztourage, the Bludgeon Brothers, and the New Day.
So I really like Evil and Sonata. They have been making me super happy as of late. The Briscoes are always go-to guys. We just had a whole argument about the Young Bucks. The Usos, they've been improving so much lately. B-Team, they're undefeated. And the Bludgeon Brothers, who are the current tag team champions, so it's hard to not put the tag team champions.
Right, and I was kind of on the fence about putting the New Day, because I almost thought about putting Lance Archer and Davey Boy Smith Killer Elite Squad.
Ooh, you know who we also should have thought about?
Who?
TM61.
Well, you can, but I mean, they haven't done anything on NXT television except for like the last couple of weeks. Like, they just, to me, whenever I see them on NXT, they're just guys.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So, those are the names that we have. We're going to have brackets coming out, like I said, on Friday as far as who's up against who. You guys will vote for the first round, and then next Wednesday on the podcast, we will reveal who is advancing to the second round, and then over the next couple of weeks, we will reveal who you guys have decided on and voted on as far as the best male, female, and tag team for the first half of 2018. Then
go ahead.
I said, and then at the end of the year, we're going to do it again collectively for the whole year and see if any of the guys that you guys and girls that you guys, picked for the first half can also still be considered one of the best, if not still the best, at the end of the year.
So I'm going to read the names one more time. For the men, we've got Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Kazuchika Okada, Kenny Omega, Johnny Gargano, AJ Styles, Austin Aries, and Cody Rhodes. For the women, we've got Charlotte, Asuka, Tessa Blanchard, Jordynne Grace, Allie, Tennille Dashwood, Toni Storm, and Ember Moon. For tag teams, we got the Young Bucks, the Usos, the Briscoes, the Undisputed Era, Evil and Sonata, the B-Team, and the Bludgeon Brothers. I think Evil and Sonata should win because they're the only team that don't start with the. We've got the Young Bucks, the Usos, the Briscoes, the Undisputed Era, the B-Team, the Bludgeon Brothers. Evil and Sonata, they break the mold. Oh, God. Stop with the spamming of the hashtag. It's not that funny. It's really not that funny. And Almas, I would have considered putting Almas up there, but I just feel like Almas hasn't really done much outside of his matches with Gargano. He didn't start getting good until then.
But
yeah. Aleister Black, I mean, the dude's always good. I want to see how his championship run goes. Can I talk a little bit about something here for a minute?
Go for it.
Now that we wrap that up.
Yeah.
I was asked in my stream today what I thought about Lars Sullivan getting a title shot. I don't necessarily like the idea of him getting a title shot. It just kind of bums me out. Because they're not taking that belt off Aleister. They're not. Or at least I'd hope they wouldn't take the belt off of him yet. Yet you're going to put Lars Sullivan, a guy that can easily go up there and be your next big name, but you're going to have him lose in his first title match. I just feel like his first title match should have been for that North American Championship. Lars has the look, he has the mic skills, he has the ability, he has the agility, he has all of these great things. I feel bad that he's going to lose to Black.
You're not wrong.
That's just me. Please stop with this, man.
I mean, it's kind of like, it's almost like the Nikki Cross thing as well. She's good. She's deserving of a championship in NXT, but she's going to lose to Shayna Baszler.
You know what? That I wouldn't mind if it was lost at that point.
What do you mean?
So I feel like with the men's NXT title, after Finn dropped it, it was bounced around a lot, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of it being bounced around. I don't need a 3-year-long title reigns. With Shayna Baszler winning the title, yes, she looks like a champion, but she's not going to be champion for long. She's transitional. Regardless, I don't think Nikki wins it because assumably she's going to come up with sanity.
Right.
But I wouldn't mind seeing someone take that off her. I just don't know who it could be.
Exactly. And it's not Dakota Kai.
I wish it was. I love Dakota Kai.
No, because they've made Dakota Kai the biggest geek. Every time Shayna Baszler, they even mention her name, Dakota Kai gets scared.
I like that, though. It's going to be a good story of overcoming her fears.
I guess.
I think it's interesting. I think they could... They have a lot of ways to go with it.
Right.
Borat Troll says she's the best. So I'm gonna talk about something here for a minute.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and read down the full card for New Japan Pro Wrestling Presents Dominion.
Gotcha.
because I've seen this a lot. So here's the full card for Dominion. Not in order of how the matches are going to go, but we're going to have Rey Mysterio, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Tanahashi. Taking on Marty Scurll, Hangman Page, and Cody. Toru Yano and Ishii taking on Zack Sabre Jr. and Minoru Suzuki.
Did you call Zack Sabre Jr.?
Fuck off. Caleb Jacobs with $2. CM Punk said if it was fun, he might come back to WWE.
No, he did not. That's actually not what he said. He never said WWE.
El Desperado and a name that I can't spell out. Yoshihashi? No, Yoshinbu.
Hold on, let me pull this up.
Yeah, you go and pull it up. Don't I might nut? Yeah, we were talking about in our stream that once we see the full card, we're gonna nut. But they're gonna be taking on Sho and Yo for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. Goto will be taking on Elgin, who will also be taking on. I can't pronounce this again.
Hold on, I'm pulling up the card.
God, yeah, seriously, Suzuki's a scary motherfucker.
Yeah, he is.
Suzuki's baffling scary. Hey, Sean Cook. Yeah, you're only 30 minutes late. We might be wrapping up here soon. We may be wrapping.
Where's the card at? Hold on. Because Nick can't read Japanese names.
Oh, fuck off. Evil and Sonata taking on the Young Bucks for the IWGP Tag Team Championships. Will Ospreay taking on Takahashi for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Naito is going to be taking on Chris Jericho for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. And Kazuchika Okada will be taking on Kenny Omega for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. 2 out of 3 falls match with no time limit.
All right, so the name you couldn't read, it was Desperado and Kanemaru.
I could read that. That's the thing.
But you didn't say it.
I couldn't read the other names.
Which ones?
Oh, no, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, and then there was, you missed one. Did you say David Finlay and Juice Robinson versus Jay White and Yoshihashi?
No, how can I forget Juice? Juice is my favorite.
No.
I love Juice.
So that is Dominion. That will be taking place this, I guess you could say the 9th, but if you're here in the United States, it will be midnight Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern, and then I think it's 8 a.m. UK time.
So you know what sucks?
What?
So we're potentially going to have an interview on the 8th.
Okay.
With Rip Rogers.
Gotcha.
And then Dominion. The next day is when a release comes out for somewhere I work. So I got to be at the store at 7 in the morning.
Uh-oh.
And then I have to stay up to watch Punk's fight. And then I got to work the next morning.
Punk's fight ain't going to be that late. It'll be maybe like 8:30, 9 o'clock our time. Maybe.
Zombie Doom says you just subbed. Well, you're the best, man. Thanks for subbing.
Thank you.
Thanks, dude. You're the best. You're awesome. That's awesome.
So, yeah, that should be a hell of a show. And
yeah, Dominion's going to be a lot of fun. We'll do you guys want us to do a prediction video on it? We can if you guys want us to.
We'll just do a recap.
Well, we can do it live. We can do a predictions video live. Fuck it.
Sure.
If they want us to. When is Dominion? We just say that.
It is the 9th. Technically, Friday night, Saturday morning for everybody here in the States or Canada.
And then CM Punk's fight is also on the 9th.
Yes. CM Punk's
fight.
That's
UFC. I don't know what the entire card is, but I'm really excited.
That's basically like a 2-fight card. I know Holly Holm's fighting.
Is it really?
As well, there's like 3 fights that anybody even. There's like 2 or 3 fights that people care about. Nobody cares about much of it. It's a lot of the UFC stuff. It's like you've got like 2 or 3 fights that people care about, and then the undercard, and everyone's just like, eh.
The undercard is when you go to Buffalo Wild Wings and you watch most of the undercard, and they give you free. Man, let me tell you something. I hacked the system. So I live so close to my local Buffalo Wild Wings that I don't have to be there to check in to get points. So I have like 2,000 free points for like, and you can get free food with those points.
Interesting.
It's super great. We'll do it live. So everyone's saying, yeah, we'll do it live. We just said, Sean Cook, it's going to be on the 9th. I don't know how many more times I got to say that. No, New Japan is on. Oh, I thought he said it's too predictable. I was like, what? Nah, you can predict a lot of New Japan matches. You can really predict them.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you that later. I'll ask you that later. Oh, boy. What a show tonight was.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good show. And then what is it? Sean Cooks' win is Punk's fight on. It is on the 9th, Saturday night.
We've told him that 9 times.
Yeah. So
get Sean Ross on the. I mean, I'll DM him real quick. I'll DM him, see if he wants to talk about Punk's fight
right now.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Sure.
You want to take a call while I do?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and take a call.
And caller on the air. What's going on?
Hey guys, what's up?
What's going on?
I have a question about Daniel Bryan and his future
Sure.
in pro wrestling. Do you think he'll re-sign with the WWE, or do you think he'll go to a different company? And if so, which company do you think he should sign with?
Well, I know where he would go if he were to leave, but I know he did say recently if WWE is going to allow him to wrestle, he'll stay there. Now, as far as him staying there, I don't know, because they're not doing much with him. Like, yeah, they're doing the cast stuff, and it is still early as far as him getting cleared. So it is up in the air. Last I heard, he hadn't re-signed yet. We do know that his contract expires September 1st. But if he were to leave, he has said it before, he wants to wrestle in New Japan, and he wants to wrestle in CMLL.
That's interesting.
Well,
Who do you think?
I mean, look at it. He's growing his hair out. He said the one thing he hasn't done in his career that he would like to do is a hair versus mask match in CMLL, possibly on like the anniversary show.
That'd be really cool.
I mean, that's why he was growing his hair out.
That'd be awesome. That would be really cool.
Well, I just don't like the big cast thing, because like you put up the card for Extreme Rules and had him versus Cass again, and I'm like, I don't want to see that match.
Right,
again.
and that is only, being advertised. It's not like that match is going to happen. We don't know. They just had to advertise something when they put tickets on sale.
Okay, well, I hope he resigns with the WWE, but hey.
Right.
All right. Thank
For
you
sure,
guys.
man.
Take
Have a
care.
good one.
Have a good night.
So we're gonna get Sean Ross Sapp on here to talk some CM Punk.
All right, let's take another call in the meantime.
I told him when we got through that first one we were gonna take him.
Oh, well, caller on the air. What's going on?
Damn, Nick, guys, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
What's up? I got my question is for both of you. Who are your favorite wrestlers in the world right now, and why?
Ooh, I'm gonna give one.
Yeah, I just like one.
All right, favorite wrestler in the world right now is Jimmy Havoc.
Jimmy Havoc. That's random.
No, I have been loving the crap out of Jimmy Havoc. The way he acts as a heel. I can really get behind his character. I genuinely enjoy it.
That's not the route I thought you were. I honestly thought you were going to say Keith Lee for one specific reason.
Oh, my God.
His silky, sultry voice. No, I'm going to have to go Kevin Owens, because he's just all around great.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been my favorite for at least the last 3 years. I mean, if I had to say, like, my top 3 favorites, it would be Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan.
Nice.
But no, I'd pick Kevin Owens, because, I mean, Kevin Owens rarely has a bad match, and he's always one of the better guys on the microphone. Plus, he's not afraid to make himself look like a geek in favor of making the fans happy.
True that.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks a lot for your call, brother. We appreciate it.
No problem. Oh, you guys forgot one more match at Dominion you didn't mention. You forgot one more thing.
Which
you forgot one match.
What is it?
You guys forgot to mention
I knew
Naito and Jericho.
You forgot Jericho.
No, I didn't. I said it.
I didn't hear you say it either.
No, you didn't say it, bro. I promise you. I'm looking out for you.
I didn't hear you say it either.
You didn't say it.
Alrighty. Thanks, man.
Have a good night.
All right. See you guys.
All right. So we are gonna get Sean Ross on here. We're gonna talk some CM Punk stuff, because Fightful has all of your MMA news.
Oh,
and
yeah.
boxing and pro wrestling. So we're gonna get Sean in here to talk, see what he thinks about it. Has he called yet?
It still says he's not online.
Oh, I said let us know when you're ready. He said neato. So we can kind of vamp for a bit until he's ready.
All right, so Enzo did a pretty cool thing today I want to talk about.
Go ahead.
So he met a fan I'm going to pull this up here. He documented this all on his Instagram. Enzo Amore done a lot of things that may make people not want to like him, but today he did something pretty cool. He met a fan, and her name is Destiny, and he actually gave her a pair of his ring-worn Jordans.
That's sick.
It was the Jordans he wore when they did the Halloween tag team match. Him and Kat. It was was it a tag team match or no? It was just a Halloween match against Luke Gallows.
By the way, he's ready.
Okay. I thought that was something cool that I wanted to bring up. And then, for all the crap that people give Enzo, he still likes to do good things for people.
Yeah. So let's get Sean Ross Sapp on here. You want to call him?
I added him to the group.
Sweet.
What's up?
What's up?
You guys?
Shan Ross Sapp.
Future NWA North American
Oh.
champion.
I don't know what
This
kind
again.
of drugs you have over in Kentucky, but apparently they're fucking
Some
terrible.
good weed.
I live in California. I'm pretty sure it's better out here, homie.
I don't know about that.
But this lovely chat, 69 people in chat. Everyone give me a nice chat for
Nice.
69. So why don't we talk a little bit about CM Punk? Because over at Fightful, you guys cover a shit ton of MMA news.
Yes, we do. I just ran a story about his interview with Ariel Helwani, and we had an interview with CM Punk right outside the courtroom after the ruling. There's a lot going on in the world of CM Punk
Yeah,
right
there
now.
is.
I'd imagine. Didn't he after that press conference not press conference, excuse me, the what are those things called? Court meetings.
case.
Fuck. God
Yes.
damn. Didn't he immediately go to a Cubs game?
Well, he immediately spoke to us and I think another outlet, and then he hit the Cubs game, which he was supposed to throw out the first pitch at. They switched it to Clay Guida, but then he went and sang the seventh inning stretch, the
Yep.
Take Me Out to the Ball Game song. He had a lot of obligations this week. I don't think it's any coincidence that WWE, I mean, let's be honest, it's pretty suspicious that this got pushed to the week that his fight was happening.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it makes sense.
I wanted to ask you about, did you see the picture that Rufus Sport posted where everyone's talking about how Punk's looking really, unhealthy?
Really?
Have you seen the photo?
Who's saying that he looks unhealthy?
I mean, everybody on Twitter was saying it, that he just looks
extra
skinny and stuff.
Well, yeah, he's 35 to 40 pounds lighter than he was when he competed in pro wrestling. I mean,
Right.
if you even watch his DVD, Cole Cabana talks about how he became this balloon of a wrestler, and now he's at 170. I can tell you, I am a 190-pound human. When I wrestled competitively, I was 149.9 pounds, and I didn't look too healthy then. But by the time he gets in the cage on Saturday night, I think he'll look fine.
Right. 'Cause I just wanted
I'm excited for that fight. Are you looking forward to that fight at all, Sean? From not only from I guess a media perspective, but just from a fan perspective.
Yeah, I am. Because there's a lot of question marks. This show, honestly, this UFC 225 show is one of the more loaded shows they flat out ever put on. You've got former champions and former title challengers on the Fight Pass prelims. Rashad Evans, for all the criticism I give him about how boring he can be, he is responsible for one of the most famous knockouts ever, and he's on the Fight Pass prelims. And CM Punk is on the pay-per-view because they know that he will sell pay-per-views, and there's a lot of question marks around his fight because there's not a lot of footage of him out there. And one of the things that stuck with me about what Mike Jackson would always say in building this fight was, I've been training for 10 years and CM Punk can't catch up to that. And I'm thinking, well, maybe he didn't, but yes, he absolutely can, considering that he trained at Rufus Sport with
Right.
Tyron Woodley and Ben Askren and Showtime Pettis and Sergio Pettis. And I could go on and on about the great fighters out of Rufus Sport. So, yeah, there's a lot of question marks around it. And I've had people say, well, Mike Jackson is a boxer. Well, yeah, Mike Jackson is a 4-0 boxer, and all 4 people that he beat had 0 wins. So what does that really say? I don't know. But, yeah, I'm very excited about it, and it's honestly just a really awesome card Saturday night.
So, talking about the Punk fight a little bit more here. Do you got him winning? What do you think?
Yeah, I think he wins. And the thing is, he said he doesn't know if he's going to fight, win or lose, and I think that's I think the reality of the situation is really setting in because he does train with some of the most violent, badass people in the world, and he does it on a daily basis, and he's 40 years old. And he's honestly in the best shape he's ever been in his entire life, but that's starting to rack up, and those pro wrestling injuries it's not like they didn't exist. We often talk about Cage Miles on the Holy Smokes MMA podcast on Fightful. He has Cage Miles, but he doesn't have the MMA record to go along with it. I mean, he cracked his skull before he ever got to WWE.
He's got Cage Miles from them Raven cage matches.
Yeah, exactly. Like way back. He sure does. And yeah, I think he wins, but it's really hard to say. There's so many question marks surrounding that, but I think that he wants to win for his own legacy, to show that he could beat just somebody. And if he goes back to wrestling, there are going to be those people that are like, "Well, he was a loser in MMA. He lost 2 fights in a row." There was a guy named Brock Lesnar who lost 2 fights in a row once. Now, I'm not comparing their skill sets.
So that's one of my favorite arguments, and especially, and this is an argument that my older brother and I have constantly. My older brother watched pro wrestling for a little bit, and he's been watching MMA his whole life, and he said, I cannot take any Brock Lesnar match seriously because I've seen his ass get fucking knocked out multiple times by guys that are, not as good as the guys in WWE. God damn, even if Punk wins or loses, I don't think anyone's going to have anything to say if he ever comes back to the WWE, because I think it's just something that has to happen. I think he has to come back.
Well, I don't know if he will because of this trial. That's hard to say. However, he is on very good terms with the likes of Nick Jackson and Matt Jackson. We just ran a story from that Helwani interview where he says that he's never, ever had a formal offer to wrestle since WWE. People have said, oh, if you're interested, but he said nobody has ever given me a dollar amount and this. That leads me to believe that he will do it eventually because he wouldn't rule it out. And when he talks to Chris, he joked to Chris Van Vliet, I think earlier this year, that he would never, ever come back. But I don't think that's the case. I mean, I think that deep in his heart, creatively, he's into that type of thing. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, some fans are so weird about that. It's like if somebody goes to pro wrestling or goes to MMA and they lose 2 fights, for some reason, the absence of experience is better than a negative MMA experience, because I had people saying that about Shayna Baszler too. They were like, "Oh, she washed out of the UFC," and I was like, "So what? Like, does that mean that she is less badass than Lacey Evans or something?"
Right. Exactly.
Like, I don't get it.
If anything, the badassery comes from this dude. Is CM Punk comes back to any form of wrestling. Oh, he lost 2 fights in the UFC. Yeah, the motherfucker fought in the UFC. Where did any of these other guys fight at? Where have they ever faced legitimate punches before? That is a built-in story.
I'd be really excited to see how CM Punk's style would change in pro wrestling, because I think there's no way he wouldn't bring some of the stuff that he's picked up over there over here, especially considering that the last 4 years, when you have like a Matt Riddle and a Shayna Baszler and even a Ronda Rousey now, how much that style has really emerged in American wrestling. I think that would be a great way that he could reinvent himself. Also, in the event that he came back to WWE, the irony of this entire situation is one of the reasons that he was disgusted and left was because he didn't get his WrestleMania main event. No matter who he faces, that's an immediate WrestleMania main event.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Just the idea of the return.
And the thing is, he would become what he rallied against for so long, but there's a good market in pro wrestling to be a hypocrite character like that and say that I gamed the system and I became the part-time guy because I knew that's how I could get what I wanted. Because there are going to be a lot of fans that love him, and there are going to be a lot of fans that still don't like him. He's a very polarizing figure. So, man, I would be really, really interested to see how that works out. But I think he's just so disgusted by WWE and the games they've played with him over the last 4 years now. They've been fucking with him, pardon my language, but they have been.
Have you ever listened to this goddamn show before? I had an entire segment dedicated to me just cussing.
Wow. Well, yeah, but I mean, they have been. They've been fucking with him for 4 years.
Oh yeah, they've been really giving him the way around. down.
Say
Now-
what you want about his exit, if he left or whatever. They fired him on his wedding day.
That's what I was going to get at. You think there's
That's
a
pretty
built-in
fucked.
storyline right there, WrestleMania, him and Triple H? You fired me,
Yeah.
sent me my
For
FedEx on my
sure.
wedding day.
And that's the funny thing. That wouldn't have headlined WrestleMania 4 years ago, and it shouldn't have, because it was Daniel Bryan's year, and he
Right.
was quick to admit that. However, Triple H versus CM Punk is definitely a show closer now. It's just you wonder how CM Punk would feel about taking that type of spot, considering the way that he saw everything unfold. Man, I don't know. They have a few WrestleMania main events in their back pocket if they could get a CM Punk too, because
Oh, yeah.
So Sean, what is your ideal? I really want to see the CM Punk WrestleMania main event go down. Who is he facing? And is his name Mojo Rawley?
I would love to see Mojo Rawley cut a promo on CM Punk legitimately, because he can cut a hell of a promo. But other than that, CM Punk hitting him with his finish. Honestly, I think that Roman Reigns would make a pretty good one from a promo perspective. Because
Yeah.
from a money perspective as well, that would bring in tons of fucking fans.
there is a lot of the disdain for Roman Reigns, I think, is rooted in those podcasts where CM Punk kind of revealed that how badly WWE wanted Roman to look strong. I mean, it became essentially a meme online.
So
You had to
how
make
much,
Roman look strong.
man, how much of Roman's hatred today comes from that podcast?
I don't know if so much of it does, but I think some of it started there, and I don't think the WWE necessarily did him many favors. I thought he had a really good 2017. The way that they built him from The Undertaker throughout the Braun Strowman stuff, I thought was really, really good. And if you've noticed, since the Undertaker feud last year, Roman Reigns hasn't cut long promos. He talks for a minute and a half, and
But
that's
that's what
really
works,
it.
man.
Yeah, it works.
It works
Yeah.
for him.
So I think that if CM Punk carried those promos, Roman Reigns still did the thing that he did, you would get a couple of probably polarizing reactions, but I think that people would care about it if they thought that CM Punk would be around a little bit after that, because we know that a lot of times when you have a wrestler that might not be there the next day or the next month, fans check out because there's nothing to really. Sometimes we like to look past things and see what's next, even though we're looking forward to something coming up. But yeah, I think Punk and Reigns, and I think Punk and Triple H are the two ideal matches.
Yeah, Punk and Triple H has just a whole story built around it already. You can just immediately, as soon as he comes back, he can immediately say, "Hey, you know who the fuck I want? Triple H, get out here."
Yeah.
Now,
Goodness.
one thing I was thinking were like the parallels of Roman Reigns and CM Punk. CM Punk's last full year, he was facing all those part-time guys, Undertaker, Triple H. Did he have a match with Kevin Nash? And then you look at Roman Reigns last year, and who was he facing in the last year? Undertaker, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, all the part-time guys again.
Yeah, but Roman Reigns is beating most of them.
True, that's very true.
that's
He's
the
also
thing.
the big dog.
CM Punk legitimately became the hottest thing in wrestling, got it mainstream coverage that WWE begged for. I mean, it got a little pathetic the way that they wanted mainstream attention for a while. And now they have it all the time. It's not that big of a deal. But CM Punk became a really hot thing. There is no reason that really long reign of CM Punk should not have started at Money in the Bank and continued all throughout really essentially the next 2 years. He should have had pretty much a 2-year reign until he lost it to The Rock. And that would have been acceptable because The Rock is one of the biggest stars in the history of the world, not just wrestling. So, yeah, that was the one that I saw, and I was like, okay, maybe. And they wanted to build Brock, but, I mean, there was a way you could have got around that. But Triple H beating CM Punk is inexcusable.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. It's absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Sean Ross Sapp, the man that's going to tap out to me for that title. I want to say thank you, Sean.
Do you know how to apply an arm triangle choke?
I believe it or not, my older brother taught me how.
Cool. Do you know how to get out of one?
We're gonna
The answer
find
to
out,
that
aren't we?
is no.
I'll always find a way out. I'll always
Better hit
find a
up
way
some
out.
YouTube videos.
Hey, man, I'm legitimately down to do this.
It's gonna happen.
I'm legitimately down.
Do I get the championship if I beat you?
Fuck it. Why not? Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be a gentleman. I'll drop it. Fuck it.
Okay.
This thing
It'll sit in the background with my IFG championship and I think it was the FVWA Tag Team Championship. It can sit right there on my mantle behind me and during my podcasts, in which everybody can check out at Fightful.com.
Go ahead and bleep that out and post him. Thanks. We want to say thanks to Sean. Thanks for hopping on here, brother.
Thank you, guys.
Not a problem. Have a good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for the Pro Wrestling Unlimited podcast. Be sure to check us out on Twitter at PWUnlimited and right here on YouTube and at Patreon at patreon.com/PWUnlimited. Tim, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at TimmyBuddy. And also, again, go follow Fightful. They've got, just like Sean's got 3 names, they've got like 5 Twitter handles. Fightful Online, Fightful Wrestling, Fightful Boxing, Fightful MMA. And, of course, you can just go over to Fightful.com.
So, I just knocked over something on my desk. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you guys
probably this weekend to talk about Dominion.
We'll definitely see you Friday for the Fightful Wrestling Weekly.
Oh, yeah, I meant live.
Yeah, live we'll be talking about Dominion this weekend.
So,
God damn, I'm going to find a fucking day to talk about it because I'm going to be fucking working.
Saturday or Sunday. Eventually, we'll get you something. Whether it's live or not, we'll get you our thoughts on Dominion.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you later. Bye.